Roger never was the singer. I don't know where people get this idea.
We know the myths, we know the drama. Roger Waters, the poet, the visionary, the angry genius. David Gilmour, the voice, the soul, the guitar hero. But when it comes to lead vocals, who actually was the lead singer of Pink Floyd? Well, let's listen into what David Gilmour had to say about that.
I was always the chief singer. Roger never was the singer. I don't know where people get this idea from. I sang virtually everything on virtually all those albums. Roger only sang 2 songs on Dark Side of the Moon.
So to me, that's a pretty bold claim, especially when so many fans still picture Roger Waters front and center of Pink Floyd as the lead songwriter and, yes, the lead singer. So let's dig in, track by track, hit by hit. Who really was the chief singer in Pink Floyd? Pink Floyd wasn't your typical band with a single frontman. They had 3 frontmen over the years: Syd Barrett, Roger Waters, and David Gilmour. But after Syd Barrett's departure in 1968, the main vocals came down to Gilmour and Waters, and they couldn't have sounded more different. Gilmour was smooth, expressive, and melodic. Waters was raw, nasal, and almost like a spoken word poet at times. And that vocal divide defines their classic era. So let's look at the biggest Pink Floyd songs and who sang them. The David Gilmour sang hits include Money, Time, Comfortably Numb, Wish You Were Here, Shine On You Crazy Diamond, High Hopes, Run Like Hell, and Echoes, which also included Richard Wright on vocals. Roger Waters sang hits include Another Brick in the Wall Part 2, Hey You, Mother, Brain Damage, In the Flesh, Pigs, and basically the entire album, The Final Cut. So clearly Waters became more and more front and center as time went by, and Waters had extremely poignant moments vocally on The Wall and The Final Cut. But Gilmour arguably sang more of the band's musically memorable tracks and more of their commercially successful tracks. So part of the controversy about who was the lead singer is in presentation, because Waters was the primary lyricist, he was the concept man, and he was the public face of the band. But in the studio and on a lot of the recordings, Gilmour was literally the voice of the band. So there are times when Roger Waters is thought of as the face of the band, whereas David Gilmour was actually the lead singer. So here's the real question. When you think of Pink Floyd, whose voice comes to mind first? Do you think of Roger Waters or do you think of David Gilmour? Let me know in the comments below and tell me why you pick one or the other. For my own part, I always think of Roger Waters as the frontman for Pink Floyd. I guess because he's the main songwriter, but I actually prefer David Gilmour's voice. This is what I think, but what really matters is what you think. So if you have an idea about this or any other topic connected to classic or contemporary music, please drop it in the section below, and remember to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot. MusicGuru here, asking you to help us on our march to 10,000 subscribers.